Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back. In today's video, we're taking another journey back in time and taking a look at the Pokémon TCG Sword and Shield Evolving Skies Elite Trainer Box. Always a big fan of being able to fill some gaps in our collection. Plus, it's just a lot of fun to go back and open booster packs from some of these old expansions again, and was really happy when I was able to pick up this particular Elite Trainer box. I think it should be fun to revisit this expansion. And right off the bat, super big fan of the artwork on here. Love what they've done with all of the EVs on there. Interesting to see the different points in time when they focus on some of these key Pokemon in the Pokemon universe. So looking forward to seeing what we get inside this Elite Trainer box. So let's dive in and open it up. Definitely lots of cool stuff inside the box. First off though, want to highlight the great storage box that comes inside the Elite Trainer box package. One of my favorite parts of the Elite Trainers. Love these storage boxes, great for storing cards, dice, etc. And on top of that, a great way to showcase the art from a given expansion. Seeing the side of this on a shelf, it's a great display piece. And I think they've done a really nice job of translating the front of packaging artwork there onto the storage box. So really happy with that. Another great box for our collection. Then we've got a couple of condition markers, a nice stack of energy cards. Can never have too many energy cards. Always useful to get more of those for deck creation. Then we've got some nice dice here. Always a big fan of the dice that come with the Elite Trainer box, and always interesting to see how they translate the coloring for a given expansion into the included dice. And we've got these smaller ones here, look almost candy cornish. And then we've got the great transparent one here, with the green dots on it. So really happy with those. Great additions to the dice collection. Then next up here, we've got the artwork on some card dividers and some excellent sleeves. Always a big fan of the different sleeve types that we get in packages like this. Artwork is great on here. These will be great additions to the sleeves that we have available to use for decks. So super happy with that. Then next up, we've got the player's guide. We'll take a closer look at that in a moment, but always a key part, I think, of the Elite Trainer box. Always really happy to read through and see everything that is new in a given expansion. Now, in addition to all of these items, we also received 8 booster packs for the Evolving Skies expansion. So, like I said, always fun to go in and be able to open up booster packs from an old expansion. We did okay here. Nothing too earth-shattering, but let's look at some of the highlights. We've got Appleton, Entei. Love the artwork on the Entei card there. Great pose and effects. We've got Shiftry, Tropius. Then in this next booster pack, we've got 2 cards I wanted to highlight. We've got the Gyarados VMAX. Love the artwork on there. Super cool pose and background. And then I thought the shiny Zygarde was a really cool card as well. So really happy with that. Then next up, we've got the Ludicolo, another shiny one, which I thought looked really cool. Nice artwork on there. Then we've got Galarian Moltres and a nice shiny Flaffy. So, only one VMAX card. It's not the best we've ever done from a Elite Trainer box like this, but, still really happy overall with what we managed to get. Some really nice artwork on these cards. And the Gyarados VMAX will be a great addition to our collection. So, like I said, a fun trip down memory lane and some nice cards in the process. So can't beat that. Now let's take a closer look at the player's guide. So as I mentioned, I'm a big fan of the player's guide. It's a great way to kind of get an early insight into everything available in a new expansion, and also fun to be able to go through the visual checklist, see all the different cards you're able to chase for a given expansion. And, like this section here, just nice to be able to go through and get some of the highlights of the key cards, how they might be usable in decks that you create with cards from this expansion. So that is nice to see as well. And, it just gives you some extra appreciation and insight here for the amazing artwork on these different cards. Always really cool to see. There's the Gyarados VMAX that we just opened up. Really nice to have that card there. Love the look of that Vaporeon V. So, these opening sections here, it's fun to see these key VMAX cards that are new and available in this particular expansion. But also really like the fact that after this, they start to go into some of the different combinations that are possible with cards in a new expansion. Some of the ways that you could synergize by using different Pokemon together, or combinations of items and Pokemon, maybe trainer cards. Just gives you some really good initial insights on things to play around with and to focus on as you're collecting and building out decks. These things don't usually end up being the, sort of the definitive guide to what's going to be popular or useful in the competitive meta, but just gives you some initial insight to build off of and to, sort of start playing around with to see how things work. As you can see here, as I said, got some great combos to try out with cards that were released in this particular expansion. Useful, I think, both for existing players to, in the TCG, but also new players who are coming in and, interested in starting to build out decks and, think about ways to create some competitive decks. Then here we've got 8 new trainer cards that are available in this expansion. I collect all of these. I've got them all for, every single expansion that we have picked up cards from. I've got the player's guide stored away nicely, easy to refer back to if there's things that I'm curious about. And, like I said, also a good source of understanding all the different cards that are available in an expansion. This visual checklist is super helpful. Great reference for looking back and kind of guiding where you want to go through an expansion. We won't look at everything in here, but, definitely, like I said, fun to go through, set some initial goals on the cards that you're trying to track down from a new expansion. But I also really like the fact that this guide gives you some visuals for the really hard to get chase cards for a given expansion. It's a great looking Glaceon VMAX card. But yeah, it's fun to kind of see some of the rarer cards that, you know, would be really awesome to collect from a new expansion. And in a situation like this, it's just fun to kind of go back and, you know, kind of take a look at what was available at the time when this particular expansion came out. And also fun to just see where some of the different focal points were for this expansion, in terms of the key Pokemon that were being, you know, sort of focused on, or sort of made more highly desirable in this expansion. But also interesting to just see the artwork and go back and kind of look at where things were in terms of the artwork at the point of this expansion in comparison to where they are now. Definitely always a, you know, a moving field, or sort of moving guideline for what they're doing and how the cards look. Lots of great stuff here, but I continue to be really impressed with how they've been evolving and moving the art style forward over time. Getting close to those super rare cards. Finishing up with all the different items here. And then we start to move into all of the great full art cards. Really impressive, some of the artwork they put together here for the different Eevee cards and Eevee evolutions. That's a great Glaceon V there as well. Love the different scenes that they put them into. Some really cool color combinations here. Love that Espeon V. These Sylveon cards as well. Love that Umbreon card. Umbreon is definitely one of my favorite Eevee evolutions. Ooh, and then we're heading into, we've got some full art supporters there, and then we've got some awesome rainbow cards. Really nicely done. Rayquaza's really cool. Another great Umbreon card. And then we're into the gold cards here. Really love what they do with the gold cards. The stadium is really cool. Then some nice energy cards. So, you know, overall, just a nice kind of tour through an expansion, seeing what is available, the things that you want to kind of key on and focus on trying to collect and pick up. And, you know, like I said, it's also fun to kind of go back at this point and see where the Pokemon TCG was at this point in time. Definitely happy with what we managed to get here. I think this Gyarados VMAX card, really cool addition to the collection. And, you know, some great sleeves, some extra energy cards, awesome dice. Really happy overall with what we managed to get here in the Evolving Skies Elite Trainer box. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.